Welcome to 2023. How about it? Like so many things the past couple of years, this service is a little funky and weird, kind of mixed together, kind of awesome. I hope it's going to be great. And for those who are concerned about such things, don't worry about missing the Rose Parade because it's never on a Sunday. It'll be tomorrow. So I'm going to start with one of my favorite songs by Brandy Carlisle. Get yourself in the mood for the Spirit. Okay, here we go. Have you ever wandered lonely through the woods? Everything there feels just as it should. Part of life there, you're part of something good. If you've ever wandered lonely through the woods, ooh, if you've ever wandered lonely through the woods, have you ever stared into a starry sky? Lying on your back, you're asking why. What's the purpose? I wonder who am I? If you've ever stared into a starry sky. If you've ever stared into a starry sky. Have you ever been out walking in the snow? Tried to get back where you were before. You always end up not knowing where to go. If you've ever been out walking in the snow, if you'd ever been out walking, you would know.
Thank you, Melly. Unitarian Universalism is a liberal religious tradition that values freedom in religious thought and journey. We uphold the unity of our interconnection to each other and all of life and to the universe in which we exist. We affirm the universality of love and hope as we journey together in community. And so we welcome you, whoever you are at this moment, and wherever you are in your spiritual journey. We are glad you have chosen to be with us today to celebrate the great turning of the year. We are passing around baskets of flash paper. Feel free to take one or up to three. And on your paper, we invite you to inscribe or draw or imbue those things from which you would seek to unburden yourself. Or alternatively, a wish or a goal to send into the past, present, or future. You have a few options here. Something you want to unburden yourself of, or a goal to send to the past, present, or future. And in a little bit, we will be burning these over here, but not yet. And when we get to that point, if you are joining us by Facebook, feel free to write on paper at home and burn it, but please be careful and don't burn down your home. As we continue passing those papers around, I invite Annette to give our introduction.
The dark time has come. The earth, in her great dance around the sun, has come inevitably to the solstice, the time of extremes, of distance, of darkness and light. In our hemisphere, we experience this time as one of cold darkness, of shortening days and lengthening nights. The earth is tipping, from our perspective, further and further away from the sun. We wait. But the moment when the darkness is greatest is not entirely predictable. The spinning dance of the earth continues. But for one brief instant, when the axis of the earth's rotation crosses the line through the center of our orbit around the sun, the tipping stops. And for a moment, we seem to stand suspended in space, pulsing with potential movement and ongoing life. Then, like a child's top that almost fell over, we are saved by the spin and lifted up again towards the light.
Welcome to all you magical creatures and beings who have slipped in from your dreams and wild places, the possibilities between the worlds. Let us go within for a moment and breathe. Slowly exhale. In the long nights, so cold and still, let us breathe in the energy of it. This time out of time. And we breathe in and out. In and out. We relax and let our thoughts and energy flow down through the floor to find the Earth Mother slumbering in the cool darkness. Like roots, our energy finds her. A fertile place of mystery and creation. And deeply we breathe in and out. In and out. And as we breathe in, we feel a cooling earth energy arising in us. Imagine it as thousands of tiny, cool crystal sparkles swirling, rising up through the center of our being and all through the body, refreshing every part, cooling our hurts that need healing, awakening dormant dreams, creativity. With each breath, it swirls and flows. Now, imagine it flowing from each of us to the other. Swirling in and around us. Spiraling around and forming a circle a sphere of love and protection that expands as far as we need. Feel it swirling and flowing all around us in wave after wave as we breathe in and out slowly. In and out. Imbuing all it touches with its crystalline magic. And at last, the swirling slows as it prepares to return to its source. We keep what we need of this energy, including a circle gently enveloping us in our time together. And just let the rest flow back down into the waiting earth. And we come back into this waking moment alive and refreshed by the energy of the wintering earth and ready for magic. To further awaken your senses, feel free to take a peppermint, the flavor of winter magic, from the baskets that are being passed around.
At this time, the longest nights in deep mystery of winter's wonder, we celebrate the winter solstice.
We honor the sleeping earth. We honor the starry skies.
We honor the endless nights. We honor the rebirth of light.
Welcome, winter. Renewal to bring to land, to us, to all.
Welcome, winter, the spark of life we sing within and round us all.
Please join us and stand, if you will, in welcoming the 4 directions and elements. And if you like, you can face each direction in turn or simply envision it.
Welcome, guardians of East, the realm of air. Your gifts of sight and wisdom fair. Frosty, cold breeze accompanies our flight. We celebrate winter and the return of the light.
Welcome, guardians of the South, where fire burns bright your gifts of passion and spark of light. Warmth of the hearth is our delight. We celebrate winter and the return of the light.
Welcome, guardians of the West, deep water clear, your gifts of depth and love so near. Frozen and deep, you guide our sight. We celebrate winter and the return of the light.
Welcome, guardians of the north and strength of earth, your gifts of life awaiting rebirth. Deep in hibernation, your roots wound tight. We celebrate winter and the return of the light.
Welcome the spirits, source of all.
Givers of life, to you we call. Moving through us and shining bright, we celebrate winter and the return of the light.
And at the center, we light our living flame. Our light is the light of the sun, keeper of all we love. Our light is the light of all living things, life precious like our own. Our light is the light of the cosmos, keeper of all we know.
If our court wants to move into the foyer. Where there was ice, tender sprouts herald spring. A stag's velvety horns, a sign of the oak king. He hastens his gait toward that which he seeks, a renewal of life in all he will bring. His fervent rays reveal sky-scattered peaks. A solar internal radiates from his cheeks. Erect he stands, displaying divine worth. With a thunderous roar, the ground he doth greet. Waving his palm, showers soften the earth. The sickle's swift slash starts the cycle of rebirth. As the acorns drop, another king rules. Embers buried under ashes in the hearth. The holly king prevails, having won this duel, his wintry strength waxing until the Yule. Inspired revelry from the Lord of misrule, until the return of our fiery jewel. We welcome the spirits of the oak and holly kings into this space, along with the three spirits of the goddess, maiden, mother, and crone. May they guide us through the quiet of winter and the excitement of longer days ahead.
Lord of darkness, Lord of light, gentle brother, King of might, praise we sing thee, love we bring thee, all on a solstice night. Oh, moon of silver, sun of gold, gentle lady, Lord so bold, guide us ever, veiling never. shone. Sing with me. Oh, moon of silver, sun of gold, gentle lady, Lord so bold, guide us ever, failing never, lead us in the ways of old.
We kindle our souls at the heart fires of winter. A light for all that was.
A light for all that is.
A light for all that will be.
Lighting our way through the darkness and calling forth the clearness of the new winter sun.
The winter solstice is a threshold moment, a celestial turning of the year. In this time, though shrouded in darkness, the sun begins its journey of renewal, burning away the stagnant ways of yesterday. Now is the time. Come bring your paper, your intentions to the solstice flames. If your intention is about the past, come to the black candle of the crone. If your intention is about the present, come to the red candle of the mother. And if your intention is about the future, come to the white candle of the maiden. And some of you might have all three. So, and if you are a little iffy about holding the paper as it flashes, you can give it to one of the goddesses.
It does light up immediately.
It won't burn you, but it kind of seems like it will, but it won't.
From Joanna Dean, thank you so very much for your willingness to share the light, the sixth source of our living tradition, spiritual teachings of earth-centered traditions which celebrate the sacred circle of life and instruct us to live in harmony with the rhythms of nature.
May what we have released here find its way, for all time is here and now, as we wait in the liminal magic of the light yet to come. May we be one with the turning seasons and reborn with the sun.
Winter Solstice was December 21st, and this service was scheduled for then, but we couldn't have it because of a situation way beyond our control. And we wanted to find another time for the service, and it landed on this Sunday morning. But Stephanie, who was going to read the story for us, was already scheduled to be out of town today. And so you get the story by me, read by me. It's not by me, but read by me. And it is called the first song, a tale of how Yule got its name. The first song, a tale of how Yule got its name. And the story is by Andres Corbin Arthen. This is the story of the very first song. It is a true story, as all stories are, if you believe in them. This story begins a long, long time ago when the earth and sun gave birth to the first beings, the very first plants and animals and people. It was springtime, and the sun shone warm and bright from his high perch above. And earth, proud mother that she was, held and fed her newborns and relished them with tenderness and love. It was a time of joy. It was a time of great delight. The moon waxed and waned time and again in the night sky, and the children of the earth grew well and strong through summertime. They played and danced, and earth and sun watched over them. Then autumn came, and the earth began to sleep much longer every day, like me. She grew tired and pale. She could no longer feed her children and had no strength to grow new life. High above, the sun grew distant and took longer to return each morn. The nights grew longer, and cold winds blew where none had blown before. And then one day, earth went to sleep and never did wake up. She wrapped herself in a blanket of snow and rested her tired head on pillows of dried leaves, and she did not wake up. Her children could do nothing to rouse her from her slumber. They prodded her, they called to her, but she would not waken. In the sky, the sun was nowhere to be seen, and the children of the earth felt fear and also felt despair. This was the longest night that they had ever known. What shall become of us? They pondered. Earth Mother sleeps, and Father Sun is oh so far away that we can barely see him in the sky. He is much too far to hear our call. What shall we do? So they brought their questions and their fears to the moon, the sister of the sun, for they knew not where else to turn. She closed her eyes and took a slow, deep breath. and looked within herself and awoke thoughts that had never been awakened until then. She opened her soft eyes, then said, "When hope is lost, the best way to get it back is with a song. Climb you the tallest trees, the biggest hills, the highest mountains, and Yule a song to reach the sun." Now, Yule is a word from one of the most ancient tongues. It is related to words like yell or yodel, and it means to call out in a song. But the first beings had never heard a song. So once again, they sought the moon's advice. "How shall we Yule?" they asked. "How shall we sing a song?" "Take the best of what you have," she said. "The best of what you are. Take what you love. Take what you cherish most. Take your joys, your dreams, your fondest hopes, and weave them all together in a sound." And so they did. They climbed atop the tallest trees, the mountains, and the hills. They stood on the places that would bring them closest to the sun. They shut their eyes and thought and felt the best of thoughts and feelings and dreamt the finest dreams. And as they did, their voices rang and made a bridge of song across the sky to reach the distant sun. He heard and turned and smiled and wrapped himself in all his light and warmth and sped to where the Yuling voices called. As he drew near, the sleeping earth did stir and dreamed a dream of spring. The wheel of life made its first round, and hope and joy prevailed. And ever since, that time of year has been called Yule, in honor of the song. But the first song did not end. It had such power, such eldritch allure, that the first beings kept singing it throughout. And then the second beings born of earth took up the song, as did the third, and so it ever since has gone through seasons and through years until this very day. And so do we. Upon this longest night, a few nights ago, gather with those we love and who love us, and stand upon the body of slumbering earth and light the log with last year's coal or flash paper, and lift our voices soaring to the sun and join the song that first was sung so very long ago. We sing our thanks to those who went before, and sing our fondest wish to those who come behind. We bask in the returning light of reawakened hope and welcome Yule. Now, there was light in this story. There's been light in a lot of pieces of this service, this ritual. In fact, the whole event of Winter Solstice is about returning light. And interestingly, so are a lot of holidays around this time of year, which makes sense because it's the time of year, right? Light is coming. Darkness is getting less. Light is becoming more. Night's becoming shorter. Day is becoming longer. And recently, Joanna shared with a few of us an online article about the most widely celebrated winter holidays. And it's interesting, so many of them have light. We have Hanukkah, coming from the Hebrew word for dedication. It's a Jewish holiday based on a story about a menorah burning for 8 days in spite of having enough oil for just one. And there's a lot of story around this, but it involves light. During each of Hanukkah's 8 nights, one candle on the menorah is lit by another candle that's used to light all the others. And there's a recitation of special blessings during this lighting ceremony. And then we have Las Posadas, let me get my article and noun in agreement there. Celebrated throughout Mexico and Central America, and it's a time when people remember the story of Mary and Joseph traveling to Bethlehem and searching for lodging, and children. A lot of things happen, but one thing that happens is that children wear gold robes and carry candles around with pictures of Mary and Joseph. We have the Winter Solstice. Of course, we've already mentioned a lot of light when we've experienced light in this and heard about light. And we could go on and on. Of course, there's Christmas, right, with Christmas lights. Last Sunday, we weren't able to meet here because of weather, and I posted a video message. Hopefully you saw that. It went out on Facebook and through email, and in that video, I wore Christmas lights. Light is part of what no matter what our background is, no matter what our tradition, no matter what our spirituality or our worldview, light is likely something that is part of our lives and our thinking at this time of year. And light can mean different things. Of course, we've talked about the literal light and source of light. Because of the Earth's position in relation to the sun, we're getting more light and our darkness is shrinking. That's the literal, but there are metaphorical meanings as well. And long ago, well, several decades ago, sort of an academic predecessor of mine wrote an article that kind of started a trend of articles about metaphor. And Michael Osborne, in this article in the Quarterly Journal of Speech, explained different archetypal metaphors. So these are metaphors that people use more than any of the others. These are the base, the foundational metaphors. These are metaphors that give us meaning more than any other. And the light and darkness family of metaphors is a core part of that. And Osborne writes that light and the day relates to the fundamental struggle for survival and development. Light is a condition for sight, the most essential of our sensory attachments to the world about us. With light and sight, one is informed of their environment, can escape its dangers, can take advantage of its rewards, and can even exert some influence over its nature. Light also means the warmth and engendering power of the sun, which enables both directly and indirectly humans' physical development. There is so much meaning to light. It's no wonder that we mention light pretty much every service. Light is a core part of who we are and provides a lot of what we need. And the winter solstice is a time to recognize that. And Christmas is a time to recognize that. And New Year's is the time to recognize that. Did you see the fireworks last night? If you did, you stayed up too late. Well, speaking of light, I think it's time for Ruth and Amelia to extinguish our chalice.
The wheel turns.
Please join us, if you will, in our farewell to the four directions and elements.
Guardians of the north and strength of earth, we thank you for the life that awaits rebirth. Farewell and blessed be.
Guardians of the west, deep water, clear, we thank you for gifts of depth and love so dear. Farewell and blessed be.
Guardians of the south, where fire burns bright, we thank you for gifts of passion and spark of light. Farewell and blessed be.
Guardians of the east, realm of air, we thank you for gifts of sight and wisdom fair. Farewell, and blessed be.
And we thank the powers of the ancients,
The spirits of life of all existence.
we thank the powers of the stars above and the earth below, for this time we have shared our place in the flow. Farewell and blessed be.
May our circle of love and friendship not be broken, but open up as a spiral, widening and weaving as we go forth into the deep and blessed world. And in our going, may we be blessed with all good things on this day and forevermore. Merry have we met, merry do we part, and until we merry meet again, blessed be. We have offering and announcements in each Sunday service, and this is a time for that. If you have something to share financially to help the work of this group, this is a great time to do that. If you don't have anything to share, you're still welcome here. But many of us do have something to share to help the work of this group as we take care of our facilities and as we take care of each other and do good work in the community. So if you have it in your heart to share at this time, you are welcome to as the baskets are passed, and we can go ahead and pass those baskets. I'll continue talking. Thank you for being here for this day, the whole day, the service and the potluck and the Christmas carols and on New Year's. It's really a hodgepodge, and it's very you. On that note, let's have a postlude. And as Melly performs, feel free to get up, wander around, talk with each other. Maybe some food will be ready soon, or you can help it get ready. Melly?
Yeah, so this is one of my favorite songs, and it was one of my introductions to Dar Williams. We have sung it before in this church, but it's been a little while. It's a little bit of a story song, so if you want to move around, that's cool. But if you want to listen to the story, that's cool too. All right. And excuse my weird chording, my fingers don't have calluses anymore. Yay! Here we go. All right. Amber called, her uncle said, we're up here for the holiday. Jane and I were having solstice. Now we need a place to stay. And her Christ-loving uncle watched his wife hang Mary on a tree. He watched his son hang candy canes, all made with red dye number 3. Blah. He told his niece, it's Christmas Eve. I know our life is not your style. She said, Christmas is like solstice, and we miss you, and it's been a while. So the Christians and the pagans sat together at the table, finding faith and common ground the best that they were able. Just before the meal was served, hands were held and prayers were said, sending hopes for peace on earth to all their gods and goddesses. The food was great, the tree plugged in. The meal had gone without a hitch until Timmy turned to Amber and said, is it true that you're a witch? His mom jumped up and said, the pies are burning, and she hit the kitchen. And it was Jane who spoke and said, it's true, your cousin's not a Christian. But we love trees, we love the snow, the friends we have, the world we share. And you find magic in your God, and we find magic everywhere. So the Christians and the pagans sat together at the table, finding faith and common ground, the best that they were able. Where does magic come from? I think magic's in the learning. And now when Christians sit with pagans, only pumpkin pies are burning. When Amber tried to help with dishes, her aunt said, really, no, don't bother. Amber's uncle saw how Amber looked like Tim and like her father. He thought about his brother, how they hadn't spoken in a year. He thought he'd call him up and say, it's Christmas and your daughter's here. He thought of fathers, sons, and brothers, saw his own son tuck his sleeve, saying, can I be a pagan? Dad said, we'll discuss it when they leave. So the Christians and the pagans sat together at the table, finding faith and common ground, the best that they were able. Lighting trees in darkness, learning new ways from the old, and making sense of history, and drawing warmth out of the cold. Maybe I should have moved around more for that.